I don't know. I just don't think it's that good for your skin. I might be wrong. It might be perfectly fine. Maybe it's great. What do I know? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are new here, my name is Amy. Welcome. If you are returning, thanks so much for coming back. So this is day 2 of my foundation fest, and my plan is to put up a new video every day this week, trying out a new foundation. Now, I did record this yesterday and didn't have my sound on, so we're starting from scratch. I used the new Dream Big Manifest palette from Be Perfect Cosmetics on my eyes. This is the second look I've done with this palette, and I really like it. I will have that up as a separate video, and I will try to remember to link it either up above or down below in the description box, depending on when I put it up. But for today, we are doing the Givenchy Prisme Libre Skin Caring Glow Foundation. And I like this foundation. I'm going to tell you, this is not a first impression because, like I say, I wore it yesterday and really enjoyed it. But I wanted you guys to see it. I wanted you to see what this looks like application wise, as opposed to me just telling you. I probably went in with a little too much because it does say that it's buildable, and I wanted to see if that's true, and it is true. This is I would say like a high medium coverage foundation at the end of the day, and that's my favorite kind. It has a nice finish. It has a pump, nice glass bottle. I started out yesterday with 2 pumps. I'm going to do that again today. So you can see it's not super thin, but it's a little runny. I like that kind of formulation myself. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot in a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to do what I do every time I put foundation on my face. I've got moisturizer on, I've got sunscreen on. I used the Josie Maran Argan sunscreen today, and I just finished off, for my moisturizer, I just finished off the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream, and I like this moisturizer. It's not the only moisturizer that I put on my face in the morning. Usually I put something on right away after I get out of the shower, and then I add a little bit more once I finally sit down to do my makeup. But anyway, I picked up another one of those in the sort of deluxe size, and the artwork on it's super pretty. It's like little wisteria. It's beautiful. It's a really nice moisturizer, especially if you like to have, something not super intense, but it's definitely one that I enjoy and helps to keep any dryness that I might have at bay. All right, so I am going to scooting in, here we are, hello. And I'm using my It Cosmetics foundation brush today, and I'm just going to pick that up, and we're going to stipple it on. Now I know it looks really light right now, but just stay with me because it's good. It's fine. It works out. I won't be able to wear this in the summer if I have like a self tanner on my body or anything, but if I decide that I like this sufficiently to purchase a summer shade in it, I will let you know. I'm not going to do it quite yet because I've got a lot of things to test, and I don't necessarily want to buy 2 of everything. But I don't think I mentioned the shade. What shade do I have? I have C105. So I believe that is a cool shade and not the lightest one, I don't think. And sorry, I cannot remember what the shade range looks like. If it's pretty good, if it will work for a lot of people, or not so much. You never know about these high-end brands. Sometimes they drop the ball when it comes to providing shades that will work for a lot of people. And inclusivity is the thing. I don't know why brands don't do it just off the bat. I personally think that 40 shades in a foundation range is a good place to start. You don't probably need any more than that, but it's really nice to have, a fair shade that's got 3 or 4 different undertones. a medium shade that's got 3 or 4 undertones, a deep shade that's got 3 or 4 undertones, because everybody's got different undertones. I personally like a very neutral, almost olivey sort of undertone in my foundation, and that's just what I like. I like that to sort of counteract the redness in my face as opposed to something that's pretty yellow. I do not like anything that's too yellow, unless I have a self tanner on, then I can get away with a little bit more. So hopefully you can see that that is not too bad with the color of my shoulders and stuff. I'm always quite red here, so I don't, I'm certainly not gonna match that, because I don't want that. So if I wear something that I feel like I need to cover that redness a little bit, then I do so. But by and large, I just kind of stipple it down my neck and my ears if I need to. But I feel like this is a really nice shade for me. I'm going to take one more pump. I used basically everything that was on the back of my hand. I'm just going to take another kind of a half pump. Let's just do a half pump, because I think yesterday I used a little bit too much, more than I really needed to, in order to get the coverage that I wanted. And sometimes you don't know that until you wear something a couple of times. And you're like, okay, 2's good, 3's better, 4's too much. And they're not super big pumps, so. But it is from Givenchy, and so, it's a little bit more pricey than some things, and I don't want to waste it. But I feel like this has a really nice finish to it. It's glowy without being too much. I did powder it yesterday, so I will be doing that as well today. So hopefully you can see that it doesn't cover up everything. Like, I still have things peeking through on my nose, on my forehead, my little sunspot right there. Stuff still shows through, which is okay with me. I don't mind that, because I think it keeps skin looking more real. We all want like flawless skin, but flawless is mannequin-like, and that's not really, I don't really want to look like a mannequin, I don't think, most times. So I'm going to let this sit for just a minute, and I am going to go over it with a sponge, which is something that I do every time I put foundation on, because I like to pick up anything that's, too much foundation around certain places, especially on my nose and around my mouth and stuff. I didn't notice any super significant settling, creasing, anything like that. A little bit, I guess, around my mouth and on my forehead and stuff, the mobile places on my face. So that's where I'm putting my effort in, as far as bouncing my sponge over my face. So hopefully you can see that that's, a nice, natural, semi-glowy finish. I think this looks really beautiful powdered. I am going to powder it today. I like to set things down. I tend to like to be more matte in my T-zone and stuff. And then I like a little bit of powder around the perimeter, just so I can blend things if I need to, like if I'm using powder, blush, and bronzer and so forth. I think this is a really pretty foundation. Like I say, I didn't find that it settled into lines or anything like that too much. And typically that happens to me on my forehead, because that's where I have the most lines, and around my mouth, because again, that's where I have the most lines. But let me go ahead and do that, finish off, do my concealer and my powder and my blush, my bronzer, and all those things. I will list everything down below in the description box, as always. I will be right back. All right, I've got the rest of my face on, finished off my eyes, put all of my various face products on and stuff today, and I will link everything that I put down below in the description box so that you can find stuff a little bit easier. Not affiliate links, if I haven't already said that. They're just shopping links so that you can find stuff easily. So I did powder this foundation. I went over it a little bit with the Fenty Beauty powder foundation. Did that under my eyes as well, and that seems to be working out pretty well as long as I go in light-handed. I did go over sort of the not T-zone, but like right here on my cheeks where my pores tend to be the biggest, with my Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. And I quite like the effect of that. I used the Patrick Ta contour and bronzer combo palette, and this is real pretty. I don't know if I'm like in love with it, but I do like that it's together in one palette. That I really appreciate. For my blush, I went in with this blush that I got from YesStyle from the Siam, I think is how you say it, and this is the color Selfie Orange. This is a terrifying looking color in the pan, but I quite like it for a look like this where I've got a little bit of orange and stuff on my eyes or around my eyes, and you know, if I go light-handed, I think it's quite pretty. I have a yellow one too that I feel the same way about. The foundation, the Givenchy Prisme Libre Skin Caring Glow Foundation. I really like this. I find that it is not heavy or anything like that. I went in with 2 plus a little bit, and that was perfectly adequate for the coverage that I like to get, which is medium to high medium. I'm not really interested in covering up every little speck on my face. I just don't think that's realistic, and I don't think it ultimately looks that great. But I think it looks quite pretty. And yesterday when I wore it for, I want to say, about 9 hours before I took my makeup off, and it wore great. I mean, it really did. I didn't do anything stressful or, you know, work out or sweat a lot or anything like that, so I can't really speak to that. But really, in my opinion, you shouldn't be wearing tons of makeup when you work out or go outside to work in your yard or anything like that, because I don't know, I just don't think it's that good for your skin. I might be wrong. It might be perfectly fine. Maybe it's great. What do I know? But this is definitely a lovely foundation. I'm definitely going to keep wearing it once I get through my foundation fest week here. And I've got exciting stuff coming up. I've got the Gucci foundation. I think I'm going to do that one tomorrow. And then I've got the Sephora foundation, the newest one that they have, which is the best skin ever. I've had pretty good luck with the Sephora foundations on my skin so far, and so I expect this to be the same. The color is good. I did swatch that to make sure that that was good. And then I have my sample of the Tom Ford Traceless foundation, which I'm trying to remember. A lot of people have compared it to something which I can't remember which. I'll try to find out when I get to that. So I have like a little sample of that, and hopefully 1 or 2 of the shades in there will work for me to try that ones out. So you can expect to see those 3 things coming up this week for days 3, 4, and 5. But I think I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm not going to do a check-in or anything because, like I say, this wore very, very nicely. Your mileage may vary depending on your skin type, but like I say, I'm normal to dry-ish, and it does fine on me. So I'm going to leave it there for today, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you will come back the rest of the week and see the other foundations that I've got in the queue for you. And if you enjoy this kind of content, if you enjoy seeing foundation try-ons, eyeshadow try-ons, and somebody that's a little bit more mature, then you might be in the right spot. I encourage you to subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it while you were watching. And until my next video, which will be tomorrow, bye guys.